Hello and welcome to the North Country Outdoor Channel. I know it's been like 3 weeks since I put out a video. I'm so sorry, but there's a couple things that have went on in that 3 weeks that I wanted to talk about. And the first thing is, I did not know if I wanted to continue to put myself out there for the world to see, as far as my mistakes and my failures and you know, my little bit of success. But you know, I don't have a lot of subscribers right now. So if you're watching this and you're interested in owning your own business and kind of just living the American dream, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, notification bell, so you can get a notification when new videos come out. I would really appreciate it. But I didn't know if I wanted to keep putting myself out there. So I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I do get a lot of comments. And along with those comments, there's a lot of negative comments and like comments that are so derogatory to the point where I delete them because I don't want other people to see what these people are saying. And so it was just, I just had like a mind battle of, do I want to continue to receive essentially these hate messages or not? But the way I see it is, the world's full of trolls. It's full of keyboard commandos, if that's what you want to call them, whatever it is, keyboard warrior. You know, people don't have anything better to do than to make fun of me and how they could have done it better. When in reality, they don't have a clue what I'm talking about, and they couldn't walk 10 feet in my shoes. So I'm just going to try my best to brush it off, like I've expressed before that you should do. Is just brush it off, and I'm going to continue to put myself out there, because if I can help one person, then it's worth it. So that was part of the reason why I haven't put out any new videos. The other reason is, so the past couple years in Michigan, it's really not been that warm of summers. It's just been kind of average, you know, 70s, not a lot of rain. And I don't know anything about global warming. I'm not a meteorologist, but I know that this year it's been hot. And when I say hot, I mean like high 80s, low 90s. I know my buddy out in Nevada, it's like 130. I'm sorry, 89 degrees is not hot to you, but it's hot to me. And along with that warm weather comes a lot of storms. And I don't know if like weather systems collide over the Great Lakes and cause these bad storms, but we've got a lot of rain, a lot of lightning, just a lot of storms, and it's causing a lot of storm damage. Get to the point, Eric. So yeah, storm damage, and that's what I've been doing. I've been super busy cleaning up trees that have fallen on people's houses. You know, I kind of quit taking the camera with me on every job, because even though every job's a little bit different, it's still kind of repetitive. You know, there's a tree that needs to be removed, so that's what I do. There's a tree on the property when I get there, and there's no tree on the property when I leave. How many times do you want to watch that? So anyway, the purpose of today's video is I want to talk a minute about damaging a customer's property. And there's actually some stuff that I'm going to talk about that I'm not real sure what I'm talking about. So if there's anybody that knows what they're talking about that wants to leave a comment, I would greatly appreciate it. So basically, you know, doing the trees, what happens is it's real easy to screw up somebody's flashing, their fascia, you can screw up shingles. It's just real easy to do. We do everything we can to avoid that, but sometimes it happens. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. And when something little like that happens, it's usually not a big deal. You just tell the customer, hey, I ripped a shingle off your roof. I got shingles in the trailer. I'm going to throw another shingle on for you. You won't even know that it happened. And they're okay with that. You know, I've never had anybody flip out. Obviously, if I was to drop a tree on somebody's house, somebody's garage, somebody's car, now I have insurance to cover that. I doubt they would be my customer anymore. I doubt they would refer me, and I doubt they would have too much good to say about me. But my life is not over if I drop a tree on somebody's house. I really do not want to do that, but like I said, I have insurance to cover me in that situation. Now, what I don't know I'm talking about is this situation right here. third-party contractors on your job site. And what I mean by that is, so if you're having a house built, you have a general contractor, and that general contractor is kind of in charge of everything that goes along with having that house built. But that general contractor doesn't do electrical, so he's going to have to find an electrician. The electrician's going to come in. That's a third-party contractor. There's going to be probably a concrete guy that has to come in. That's a third-party contractor. So for me, I have a third-party contractor because I do not own a stump grinder. Why not? Well, they're expensive. They're about $50,000 for the one that I would want to buy, and honestly, I just don't desire to do that at this point in time. Maybe someday, maybe I will. But I advertise for stump grinding because what I found is if you're not the total package, meaning you don't do everything, then they're going to move on to somebody that is the total package. Before I had this stump grinder, I actually lost work because I would go in there and say, yeah, I can take out your tree, but I don't do stump grinding, I'm sorry. And they would hire somebody else because they don't want to have to deal with it. So I started offering stump grinding. Now what I do is I have a guy that does it for me. Basically, the customer pays me, I pay him. So what that allows him to do is I usually give him about 3 days to get there, 3 to 5 days to get there, and then he doesn't even have to interact with the customer. He can just show up, grind the stump, and then leave, and then I pay him out of my cut of the tree work. So on a particular job, it was a pretty large white pine, and it was really close to the house, and he wasn't paying attention, and he put holes in the siding of this house. And if I still have the pictures on my phone, I'll insert them here. And nothing was said about it. So the customer calls me back, and they were pretty upset. Like, hey, you know, we're really happy with the work that you did, but your stump grinder put holes in our siding, and what do we do about this? I'm sitting there going, okay, well, this has never happened before, so let me call the stump grinder and see what he says. So I called him, and he said, oh, what's their information? I'll get right with them. I'll get this taken care of. Well, a week goes by, and the customer calls me back and said, you know, your stump grinder's not returning my phone calls. He hasn't made any effort to take care of it. And at this point, I'm kind of like, whose responsibility is it now to take care of this? Because initially it was my customer, but my stump grinder is also a legit business, a contractor with his own insurance, with his own, DBA or whatever, LLC, and it was also his customer, but I hired him to be on my job site. So I don't know who was ultimately responsible for fixing his mistake. I would think that it would be him, but then again, at the end of the day, I'm the one who took on the tree job. So he ended up doing another stump for me, and I flat out told him, I'm like, bro, I'm not paying you for this stump because I had to reimburse that customer $100 to buy new siding and have their siding fixed. And he agreed to that. I don't know what the situation was. I don't know what his circumstances were. I don't know why he didn't make it right with the customer. I don't know why it got shoved on me to make it right with the customer, but that's the way it was. It's all taken care of, water under the bridge. I was a little bit upset with him, but in the end, he did make it right with me, and I still use him because he treats me really good, and he doesn't charge a lot to take care of these stumps. So he does a good job. It's just we had a mishap, and it's the cost of doing business, I guess. Having a third-party contractor on your job site, I don't know who's responsible. We both have insurance. I don't know. I can't answer that question, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it was taken care of. So no harm, no foul. But I just wanted to put that bug in your ear that if you're going to have other people on your job site, things can get hairy. Things can get, touch and go. Things can get to the point where you have to take care of things that you don't think you should have to take care of. So that's all I have for today. Just kind of keep that stuff in mind, and just remember, tomorrow's a new day. Be creative and own it. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. I love you, and I will see you on the next time.